The multiple wildfires still burning around the state are a reminder for you and your family to have an evacuation plan. Isabella Warren has advice from the Bend's fire chief.
Wildfires on Maui, a tropical storm in Southern California, and an earthquake in Ojai all have hit the West this month. Bend's fire chief points out cities plan well in advance of such emergencies, and so should you.
If you're told to go now and you haven't done any work beforehand, it's going to be stressful. It's going to be a scramble.
After watching the scramble to safety for some on Maui, we wondered about evacuation routes and whether the city has any set directives in place. Chief Riley says the unpredictability of disaster makes it impossible to have concrete plans in place.
A fire can come from the west. It can also come from any other direction. So it's impossible to say, in an emergency, always go this way, because that might put you into the path of danger. So you know your neighborhood best. You know alternate routes in. You know the way to maybe sneak out the back.
The chief offers tips for locals to be ready in case of an emergency. He calls them the 5 Ps.
People, your family, those that you are in your care, make sure that they're ready to go. Pets, your animals are part of the family. Your prescriptions or your pills, make sure you've got those. Photos, anything that's important that you want to take with you, and then papers, things like birth certificates, passports, things like that.
Bend resident Dave Holmes says he is prepared and packed.
And then my important documents and medication information and important historical papers, that kind of thing, are all in the top drawer of my file cabinet. If I have to leave, I'm just taking the whole drawer.
There are 3 levels of evacuation. Level 1, be ready for evacuation. Level 2, be set. All items should be packed in case of evacuation. Things like first aid kits, water, and food should all be with you. And Level 3, go. Evacuate immediately. Chief Riley says residents should not rely on officials to tell them when to evacuate and should leave if they feel necessary.
So if you feel nervous or you know there's a disaster close by and you feel like leaving is prudent, please do that. Waiting for an official to tell you to leave, you might be waiting too long, or we may simply never be able to get to you.
Chief Riley also recommends residents sign up for Deschutes alerts at Deschutes.org to stay notified in case of any emergency in the area. Isabella Warren, News Channel 21.
Tonight we're asking, do you have an emergency evacuation plan set? To weigh in, head over to our web poll on the KTVZ.com homepage.